I have been doing a lot of debating as to whether or not I even wanted to attempt to put this footage together and put something out there. Because unfortunately, as many of us avid archery hunters know, shit happens, for lack of a better term, and that is exactly what you're going to see in this video, unfortunately. Without giving too many spoiler alerts away, I'll jump back in later in the video, but some friends and I, Ryan Job over at Laurel Mountain Outfitters being one of those, I'll try to drop a link here if you want to go check his shop out. We were fortunate enough to draw some general elk tags in Montana. However, none of us have ever hunted the state before. So in the months leading up to this hunt, we did a bunch of e-scouting, making some phone calls, pulling together as much information as we could to try to find where the elk are from more than halfway across the country. The time came, we threw everything in a trailer, loaded up, drove across the country, and it was the first week of the season, which is also something that we had never done before. The elk were very non-vocal during this time frame, which was something that we weren't exactly used to since we normally try to hit peak rut. Made us work a lot harder. We were definitely into the elk, as you'll see in the video here, but it was a lot harder to get things moving. Like I said, I'll jump back in later in this video to explain my misery, but for the time being, enjoy, and I'll talk to you soon.
What?
And now you know why I was hanging my head so low in the beginning of this video. I'm not going to sit here and try to come up with a bunch of lame excuses. Prior to calling, Ryan and I had split up about 60 or 70 yards, and I pulled out my rangefinder and ranged a bunch of unique landmarks around me, just so in case I had to take a quick shot, I at least had a baseline for yardage. The tree that is dead behind that bull, I ranged that at 30 yards. So Ryan and I started calling. I let out the first cow call and I saw that bull move. We had snuck right into that bull's bedroom. He was only about 80 yards away from the time I let out my first cow call. I let out another cow call. threw my reed in the side of my mouth, and started getting ready. Where that bull came out, I thought he was much closer to that tree at the time being than he actually was. So I shot him for 30 yards. After the shot, I verified where he was standing, double checked the range. It turned out that he was about 19 yards. I may have also jerked the shot a little bit high, but I shot that bull for 30 yards while he was at 19. We did do our due diligence. He was not mortally wounded. I didn't hit any vital organs, no arteries, no spine, nothing like that. That bull should still be out there running around the mountains of Montana, unless some other hunter was fortunate enough to catch up with him. It's kind of like a best worst case scenario, I guess you could say. I am very thankful that that bull is not going to waste somewhere out there. However, with all the time spent, the miles put on, the money poured into it, it just hurts to have something like that happen. But shit happens. Thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry this didn't have a better outcome, but it's part of hunting. So, gotta take the good with the bad. But thanks again.